Martinez comes out of the bullpen.
And happy to be starting finally, first time this season. Carlos Martinez, electric stuff, electric fastball, hits the inside and the outside part of the plate. And most importantly, his slider is really nasty to right-handers. The trouble comes with the left-handed hitters, needs that changeup to work.
And Curtis Granderson about to dig in here as the crowd continues to assemble. They are still buzzing over the United States victory over Ghana in Brazil. I know you are too. You and I watched every minute of it.
Oh, we were high-fiving up here. I mean, what a story for USA Soccer.
On the infield, looped on one hop to Peralta. Will toss on to get Granderson. And one man is out. Now, you said that your kids at home have been hanging on every match, watching every minute of the World Cup to this point?
Every minute. My youngest, which is a real soccer fan, she was telling me, she goes, Daddy, it's going to be tough for USA to beat Ghana. But you know what? If somebody can do it, they can. And she was watching the game.
Yeah, finally beat Ghana after they eliminated the United States from the last 2 World Cups. How sweet was that? Here's Daniel Murphy, second baseman, who continues to tear the cover off at .299, 5 home runs. In the first inning of games, he's hitting .393. Almost got a hit there. Adams with a fine play at first to Robin.
It's a nice play early in the game. We're talking Carlos Martinez hitting 100 miles per hour on the 3rd pitch of the game. Let's see if he can keep it up. But look at the stance right there by Adams. Aware. Nice short hop dive. Making a nice play, taking it himself. Good communication.
I've heard sometimes hitters will say, you know, if I'm swinging it well, it affects my defense in a positive way. Everything you do when you hit is affected in a positive way.
Everything you do.
And he hit 3 home runs over the weekend. Well, here's David Wright, the Mets star, .262 with 4 homers. He is slumping right now. You mentioned the extra base issues. No extra base hits his last 40 at bats.
Yeah, he scuffled a little bit, and this is really not the pitching staff we're going to try to break out. It's not an easy task for the Mets and David Wright.
Well, for anybody, but there's another fastball at 98 from Martinez.
That's a good purpose pitch. Inside 98. Now he has all of the outside part to work with. The part that's given David a lot of trouble so far early this season.
Wright slowed him up there. Martinez really wants to get it and throw it. He's going to have a very quick inning. Peralta on to first, and it's 1-2-3. So he's off to a great start. He may only throw 60 pitches in this one. We'll see. Thoroughly addicting. Here's Bobby Abreu. You mentioned 40 years old, but hitting .308 for the Mets. In there in right field tonight.
It's so quiet at the plate, and the young Mets players just learned so much watching Bobby Abreu do his magic.
He has always been a premier hitter, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down despite the age. He was called up from AAA Las Vegas on April 21st. Came up with his 400th career stolen base at the end of May at Philadelphia. So he's the 6th player in Major League history to swipe 400 or more, hit 250 home runs. Joining Joe Morgan, Ricky Henderson, Bobby Bonds, Barry Bonds, and Craig Biggio.
Good company.
Swings and misses, and down he goes for strike 3. Now, in the spotlight tonight, we have several games for you. The Phillies and the Atlanta Braves. Ryan Howard just stepped up moments ago and ripped home run number 12. Cole Hamels on the mound for Philadelphia. He's 14-8 against Atlanta in his career, so he has an early lead. And now Kansas couldn't be hotter, but they have to deal with the Tigers' Rajah Davis. This is an RBI double. The Tigers have jumped out in front 2-0. Kansas City trailing the Tigers by just a game and a half as Duda grounds out. 2 fast outs in the second.
Well, I don't think the Mets got the memo that Martinez is on a pitch count today.
Apparently
they
not.
are swinging at the first pitch so far. Already faced hitters, 11 pitches.
Now, Mike Matheny told us before the game he was a little cagey about it. We had heard maybe 50, 60 pitches for Martinez, who's a bullpen guy. This is just his second major league start. Mike was like, well, we'll see how it goes.
Oh, he gave us the poker face.
Yeah. So far, it's going awfully well. Teagarden takes one down low, doing the catching tonight. Martinez from the Dominican Republic, 6 feet, 105.
Really like the use of his changeup. He used it on a Bobby Abreu to strike him out. He needs to use that pitch more often. If he does, it's such an equalizer to his mid-90s to upper 90s fastball.
Up the middle, gently hit a one-hopper. The shortstop Peralta will gun him down, and that retires the side. As cruises again.
Good hitter, and I know that this is one of the biggest reasons he wanted to be in the starting rotation. Wants to get his opportunities to swing the bat.
So this is interesting. We have two starters tonight in this game who really believe they're good hitters. In DeGrom's case, he actually is. They're actually batting him not ninth but eighth. Dribbler here. He'll handle that. And guns on to him, and that will retire the side. Goes down here in the Midwest. Great to have you, Wibble Day, for American soccer. Here's Ruben Tejada, the shortstop, as he fouls that one off Molina. Hitting .229, 2 homers. He's driven in 15 runs. They have used him occasionally in a leadoff spot. Now dropping into the 7-hole.
One of the big reasons it's because of Curtis Granderson. He's been so much better in that leadoff spot and has really helped out the offense and his own offense that they wanted him there. And Tejada takes a lot of pitches, works counts.
Foul tipped into the mid. The pitcher DeGrom is on deck. Why is he hitting 8th and not 9th?
What all goes back to Curtis Granderson hitting in the 1 spot. You have Eric Young Jr. hitting in the 9 spot. So, and he just got out of the disabled list. So he hasn't had a lot of at-bats. Put him in that spot, and then what you're creating is a cleanup spot for David Wright. More opportunities to get on. It's not really about the quality of at-bats of DeGrom. It's about David Wright and Daniel Murphy.
2-2 down and away. But DeGrom can swing it a little bit. He's 5 for 11.
It's a short sample. Let's not get too excited now.
But he's a pitcher.
Well, I think it's really not being overshadowed because the rest of the pitching staff of the Mets has been disastrous offensively.
Yeah, just awful. And here's ball 4. So Tejada is on. One of our spotlight games is the red-hot Kansas City Royals. They won 7 in a row, taking on the Tigers and Verlander. And how about Billy Butler moments ago? This is a 3-run double off of Verlander. And the Royals are out in front 4-2. And Verlander's just 1-4 in his last handful of starts with a 7.39 ERA. So 7 in a row for Kansas City. Look at that record, 36 and 32. DeGrom looking to drop down a bunt. Martinez has to go to first base.
There it is, the greatest bunt I've ever seen. That's how good of a hitter he is.
Now you've gone too far.
But it was a well-executed bunt. Left-handed hitter doing the perfect technique and helping himself out.
Wow, he's got a Samardzija look going there, doesn't he? With the flowing locks.
Old school Lincecum look.
Yeah.
It's working. I don't think the long hair. I think that's what you have to cut to get some wins. Some just struggling early in the season to get some wins.
So Tejada, the runner at second, and Mets trying to tie this thing in the 3rd inning. Here's Eric Young, who's in left field tonight for Terry Collins. Now Martinez, as we bring in Tim Kirkton on the mound tonight. Timmy, because of the injury to Wainwright, what's the latest on the ace of their staff?
Well, the latest is he's going to start on Saturday. He has elbow tendonitis. He said he wanted to pitch and could pitch tonight, but the Cardinals looked at it and said, hey, you just got a cortisone shot last Wednesday. The best thing to do is let that take effect, get that tendon out of there and then come back and pitch much healthier on Saturday. As Mike Matheny told us before the game, we're not going to risk anything with the best pitcher on our team. A few extra days will really help.
Wainwright has been so good this last 4 or 5 year period. He hasn't won a Cy Young. That one into the dirt. Nice stop by Molina. I know you've heard that before, but he has been off the charts good without winning a Cy Young. He's been the best pitcher in the game not to have that honor.
And I don't think he minds. I think what he wants is to win ball games. He understands what it is to be a Cardinal in the Cardinal way, and that is to play in October, and he has done that for his organization.
All the way to the World Series last year. Take a look at him now before the game. This is just Wainwright messing around a little bit, doing some stretching and goofing off somewhat, chatting with Matheny, his manager.
I can tell you what that conversation was about right there. Mike, we only have 12 offensive hitters. If you need me, I can hit. I can pinch hit. Very good hitter.
Every pitcher believes they can swing. You know that way better than anybody. That went in there for a called strike, and Young was wise not to flip the bat. He almost did.
Right above the knees, right on it. A little under, but at 99 miles per hour. Jonathan Payne behind the plate.
Best catch of the night was Eric Young hanging on to that bat. To the shortstop, Peralta has to backhand and throw quickly, and underneath Adams. Up against the dugout to the right. That'll put runners at second and third. And only one man out. Then a misfire by Peralta.
And this error is caused by Eric Young Jr.'s speed. Gets out of the box pretty good. Peralta has to backhand knowing the speed. And Adams is caught in between. Known for his defense, brings up his mitt. He has to keep that glove down. See it coming up before the ball even gets there. Peralta, I can tell you from experience, he was a shortstop when I played first base in Cleveland. He throws a true four-seam fastball to first base, so there's no tail on it, and it's easy actually to pick.
Error on the shortstop, and here's Granderson with an RBI opportunity. With one man out, he rolled out to the shortstop his first up. Flared into center. Jay there makes the catch. Tejada. Here comes the throw, and it's cut off, and the Mets have tied the game.
That's a nice piece of hitting by Curtis Granderson. You are getting cheese on the inside part of the plate, and he's able to just put it in play. Infield is playing back. He's not trying to elevate. He's just trying to hit a hard line drive. Gets his hands in there at a 99 mile per hour fastball, running straight into the zone.
So that'll bring up Daniel Murphy. I was about to say the Mets just got to run without the benefit of a hit, but they have changed the official scoring decision. Instead of straight up error on Peralta, he was charged with an error, but a base hit and an E6. So there was a hit on the play by Eric Young.
And I don't agree with that play right there. I understand everything is fast, but if the throw is made and the catch is made, he's out.
I agree.
Worst
Close
case
play,
scenario,
yeah.
give it 2 errors.
Right. 2 base error. Down low here on Murphy, who's grounded out to first. He's 0 for 1. And in his last 3 seasons against the St. Louis Cardinals, they have not been able to figure this guy out. He's 28 for 70 coming into tonight. That's 400 against an outstanding pitching staff. That one off of Molina. It's going to go back to the screen. The runner will stop at third base.
And that's that 90 mile per hour changeup thrown to Molina. He's upset, obviously, for one of the biggest reasons. He understands he needs to get in front of this and block it. He tries to backhand it. Had a lot more sink than he thought. He thought he was going to be able to catch it in the air, and If you ask him, he'll say he needs to block that.
Although it is a wild pitch. So the Mets have a runner at third base, and that's going to be outside ball four. This is something the Mets actually do more than anyone in the National League. That's take ball four. The problem has been getting these runs in, these base runners, but they get a lot of base runners this way. And Terry Collins was maligning that before the game, that yeah, we get a lot of walks, but they're also ninth in on-base percentage in the National League, so the hits don't come. Now here's a look at the hot zone for David Wright.
And this is all about Carlos Martinez feeling comfortable against right-handed hitters also. Against left-handers, struggles a little bit, has to throw that changeup as an equalizer.
Only hitting .219 against righties.
With all the good that David Wright has done for the New York Mets organization and as clutch as he's been, this matchup favors Martinez.
The 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
One of the biggest reasons is that two-seam fastball that he throws at 95 miles per hour. It runs into right-handed hitters. If I'm the right fielder, actually Alan Craig, I'm not playing in here. He's, I think, a little too deep in right field. A pitch that could come in on David Wright, he'll flare it that way. I've seen him do it so many times.
He snapped in a good breaking ball, 1 and 2. In the first 2 innings, Martinez threw only 14 pitches, thrown 23 in this inning. Waved at and missed. He got him. And Wright's slump continues. 0 for 2 tonight. He strands 2 men. Big K there for Martinez. That's his second, but certainly most important. Though the Mets have tied there in the final moments by Young down the left field line and gunned the man out at home plate with an accurate throw.
Accurate down low, was able to be cut off if necessary. Fundamentals were absolutely perfect.
So here's Abreu, who is 0 for 1. He will lead off the 4th inning. Mets only have 1 hit. Cardinals 7. And yet a slim lead for the Cardinals. Bobby Abreu, as we look at some pretty nice lists here. I mentioned this earlier, 250 homers, 400 more steals. That is some list of names.
Some list of names indeed. Craig Biggio, without a doubt, should be in the Hall of Fame. And this is important right here. This what Yadi is doing right now, going to talk to Carlos Martinez. It takes 2 steps. One, every pitch has been up and away. He's flying open. He's going into pretty much uncharted territory, as this is his 4th inning of work. And most importantly, he is not comfortable at all pitching to left-handed hitters. So you got to keep an eye on him. Molina is a very good communicator with Mike Matheny. He will let him know what Martinez is doing.
Well, he walked 2 men in the last inning and walks the leadoff man here in the 4th inning. And that'll send up Lucas Duda.
And this is where the defense of the Cardinals changes with Lucas Duda. Shortstop is playing in the second base position. Second baseman's in short right field with nobody on. Played perfectly. Now that there's a runner on first base, the third baseman, Carpenter, moves over and switches with Johnny Peralta. Peralta will stay at short where he feels comfortable. And Carpenter now goes to second base where he played last season, just in case the ball is hit that way for the shuffle of the double play. This is the artwork of Jose Oquendo, the infield coach of the Cardinals. Why move somebody out of their position when you don't have to, especially in a double play situation?
Hammered, fair ball over the bag down the right field line by Duda. Abreu heading into third base, and that'll be 2 for Duda. No shift is going to prevent.
No shift, but if he knows where the second baseman is, Adams has to stay tight to the bag. Cannot really get off too much, and look how far he gets off. You have to stay right on the bag. That's perfectly hit. There is nothing you can do right there. Great call by first base umpire James Hoyt.
So 2 men in scoring position for Teagarden, who's 0 for 1. He has grounded out to the shortstop, getting just 143. Nobody out here. You were kind of joking with Terry Collins before the game about, if you guys are having so many problems moving guys, getting runs in, why not bunt somebody? And he said, well, the problem is everybody in our lineup believes they're a home run hitter. Maybe the one guy you would bunt with is Taylor Teagarden. He said that.
And it's a perfect situation if you're going to try to squeeze, or he's going to give him, and he gave him an opportunity to drive the ball to right field, hit a ground ball to second base, drives in the run, moves over the runner from second to third. Now it's going to be interesting with a 1-1 count. Is he going to do so or not? I don't believe so. He's down 1 run. If he was up 1 or up 2, why not try to get another one and steal another run?
Checked his swing and a pitch in the dirt.
But I can tell how comfortable Martinez feels on the mound versus right-handed hitters compared to left-handed hitters. The bullpen's already warming up.
It's Manus. The 2-1. Cut on and missed. 85 by Martinez. So he's mixed up his speeds well.
That was such a good slider, down and away. Not much that Teagarden can do right there.
Let's see if he throws it again. On 2-2, we've got a spotlight on the Tigers and the Red Hot Royals in a moment. Little flare popped into right, long going out, and he will make the catch, and the runners have to hold at second and third. And a big out for Martinez. Into the spotlight now, Kansas City and Detroit, and the Royals are jumping all over Verlander. That's Omar Infante. That's a home run, and that's 7-2 Kansas City.
That's 95 pitches in the 6th inning already. They are working Verlander. Verlander's velocity hasn't been there this year as much, and Omar Infante can really hit a high fastball.
Kansas City trying to win their 8th consecutive game. Verlander is 17-5 in his career against the Royals, but this is a different look for the Royals. This Royals team over the last few weeks, they're starting to swing the bats.
They are. They're feeling a lot more comfortable and confident at the plate.
Here's Ruben Tejada. He walked and scored in the 3rd inning. 2-1 St. Louis, but hold that thought.
This is a guy you want to go after, even if you have first base open with DeGrom on deck in the 8-hole spot.
He's a pitcher who does handle the bat well. That's inside. 2-0.
Not only is he a pitcher that handles the bat well, he's a left-handed hitting pitcher. And Martinez struggles against left-handed hitters. So it could work well for the Mets.
So he's a left-hand hitter, right-handed pitcher. Martinez with a 2-0. And he left it high.
That was a close pitch. They went with the slider on that pitch, knowing that first base open on Tejada. I still go after him. There's no reason I give Tejada a free pass here.
Now they're going to put him on. So this will be an intentional walk of Ruben Tejada, and that's going to load the bases, one down, with DeGrom, the pitcher, coming up.
With 2 outs, I understand it perfectly, but not with 1 out. With 1 out, I take my chances with Tejada that's hitting in the mid-220s.
Look at the rest of the Met pitching staff. Just dreadful. 4 for 110. Do you need a larger sample? I don't think anybody does. Liner caught by Wong, and get back to their bases. Sounded like he broke his bat. Hit it sharply, and Wong made the play.
He did, but he did get enough wood on it. Wong was playing midway at second base. Got a good jump on that fastball. Got in on him just a tad.
What do you think of the stroke?
It's a nice swing he has going on, but his fastball is even more impressive.
Yeah, that's why he's up here.
And you see the Cardinals with their defense in right there. That could have been a big hit.
Well, I'll tell you what it could be. A big-time squander for the New York Mets. Now 2 down, and the infield can back up to normal depth. Here's Eric Young, the left fielder, and he takes ball 1. He reached on a base hit and an error.
And Yadi's concerned right here. He knows he's already at 54 pitches. He is not coming out for another inning. Already at 54. Every fastball is running up and away on left-handed hitters to overthrow. And he's there just to calm him down.
Well, they're getting close. You'd have to think to Mike Matheny's limit on Martinez tonight at 54 pitches. Maine is ready in the bullpen, and the 1-0. That's a strike.
What leadership's all about behind the plate. Yadier Molina not even trying to get way behind the count on a 2-0. Went out there after that first pitch.
Cut on and missed. What overwhelming credibility he has when he goes out to the mound to tell a 22-year-old kid, let's do it this way.
This is the thing. Even if the pitcher was a 38-year-old pitcher, he doesn't care. His job is to lead.
Yep.
And he does such a wonderful job of it.
Stopped by Molina. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Mets, though, with a man at every base. Cardinals on top 2-1 in the 4th. All filled up here at Busch Stadium.
No reason to mess around. Go with the fastball up in the zone. And
2-2. Flared foul as Young spoiled it.
He's tired, but he's throwing 99.
99. Nothing but gas there. Throwing 99, if you're the hitter, you want him to go to that rosin bag.
Without a doubt.
On a muggy night. Well, so far he's walked 4 men. Yet he still has a slim lead. Here's the 2-2. That's made. Time asked for by Young.
Outfield playing obviously the other way.
Got him. That was pretty nasty. He goes from 99 to 87. Molina helped him through the inning, and they leave the bases loaded. So the Mets fail to score. Carlos Martinez in a spot start tonight gets out of trouble.
He's going to have to look. He's looking back to see, am I hitting? Absolutely. Mike Matheny cannot burn a position player with 2 outs. Has to allow him to hit and then bring in a reliever for him.
Well, the bullpen activity continues out there. And the youngster Greenwood, who they just called up, Nick Greenwood, has been throwing out there for a while. So effectively what you're going to do as a manager is you're going to give up an out here.
Well, Carlos Martinez wouldn't say I'm an out.
No.
I'll tell you that right now.
I think
he is swinging for the fences right now.
We have firmly established that every pitcher knows what they're doing in the batter's box despite swings like that.
And DeGrom knew it also. It's a good job by Taylor Teagard in saying we are throwing him a breaking pitch. I'd throw him another one right now also, or something out of the zone.
0 for 4 in his career. And got a piece on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball.
I do not toy with him right now. Another slider down and away. He'll swing.
He is unloading with these swings.
I would too.
And the 0-2. He buried it. As you mentioned, a short bench.
And you cannot burn Tony Cruz, which is your catcher. So in reality, you have Mark Ellis, Peter Burgess, and Daniel Descalzo.
Little roller foul. In a tight game. Mets have played a lot of close games. They tend to keep it close. Here's the 1-2 from the youngster DeGrom, and he got him. 95 miles an hour, so he gets him 1-2-3.